Hi guys, this is going to be a tutorial video for the Pyraminx. I came up with this method totally on my own, but Pyraminx is a very simple puzzle, so this probably isn't a new idea. People probably already know about this, but I didn't find any very good tutorials online after I had already come up with this method, so I decided to make my own. Alright, so first things first, the pieces on a Pyraminx, there are 3 of them. The tips, these are really simple to solve. You can move them without moving anything else, so if you're a beginner you can just do that at the beginning of the solve, just by twisting them. You want to match them up to the centers. The centers always stay attached to the tip. They don't, you can't take this center and move it over here or anything like that. And then you have the edge pieces. So these, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them on a Pyraminx. And the way I do it is you first match, like this yellow-green piece, you would match it up to here, like that. So it's all connected, and then you could take the green-red piece over here and put it in here and here. So one way you could do that is bring this down and then take this piece and put it over in there and then bring it up. And then next you would want to solve this over here, but that's already solved, so I'm just going to show you, like, if it's like this piece is actually oriented well, even though it's not like matching its center. It's oriented well because you can just do that. And what I did there was you take this piece, like, it's solved right now, but it wouldn't have to be. We didn't solve it, so you just ignore that it's solved and move this out of the way, move its center into place, and then put it there. So then you match it up, and now we have all of this solved, this whole top triangle. And then we have these pieces left. This is the most common case, is where you have one which is actually misoriented, but it's matching its center. And then so the way you do it is you take the one that matches, and then your first move is not going to use that, so it's going to be either this or this. And because it needs to go here, we're going to move this spot down, put the piece in there, put it back, and then restore. And so that'll solve it. This is another case you can get where all the pieces are placed correctly, but you have 2 misoriented edges. And so the way I solve this is kind of like a commutator. Basically what we're going to do is get this piece in the right spot, and then do a U prime, and then undo everything we just did. So what we do is move this down, move this up and up. So now this is in the right spot, and now our U prime and undo everything we just did, and then just restore. This is another case where you have the centers, the edges match their centers, but they're not right over here. So what I do is I take this red-blue piece and solve it like that, and then I'm going to use this as my buffer and bring it back down. And now we have one of those simple cases that can be solved with like one of these moves. But it's kind of hard to tell because this is not a blue piece, and normally we would be using like all blue pieces here. But it doesn't, it's red and yellow, so they don't match. So and green and blue don't match. So you're going to use these 2 pieces, and the yellow-blue piece has to go here. So you're going to bring this spot down, bring that down, up and up, and then just solve like that. So altogether, this case looks like this. Like that. As far as speed solving with this method, I've gotten singles of like 6 seconds and about 15-second averages, which isn't very good, but I've only been practicing for like a week, and I don't even practice that much really. But basically during inspection, what I look for is something like this, where I see both pieces are connected to their center, so that usually makes it a little bit easier to see the whole solution. And so what I would do here is see that I'm going to have to connect to this center as well as this one over here. So it's going to be these three. And so I'm going to do that to solve this, and then that to solve this one. So then I need to adjust these centers down here. So I go like that, and then adjust this one like, oh wait, no, they're all good. It was over here, and it's good now. So then I'll solve this one like this, and then this needs to go here, so that, and then just adjust these. So like that.